We'll get a house with internet.
He said he was going to move, so fingers crossed.
Right, exactly.
I don't know how
right.
I would live with a house without internet.
That's like everybody asks me about that, like where I want to live, and I'm like, I don't care as long as it's got internet. I never go outside anyway. As long as I don't have to shovel snow, I'm cool.
I once
all right, Lisa.
fantasized about not having a house or having a house without a phone or internet, but those dreams have long left me.
Well, your house probably doesn't have a phone now, right? That's gone on to worse
Not
places.
a landline.
Now it's on you.
Yeah. Well,
all right, so Lisa, why don't you start us off with the question?
I said this one was an easy one for me because I shortened my name from can't even pronounce the full one. Harsuraham to Roham. Short and easy to say, much better. I like it.
Tom, what's Brim's nickname?
Well, Brim's nickname is Brim, just because his fathers and him share a first name, as we just discussed, Charles. But he did not want to be called Junior, so he decided to be referred to by his middle name, Brim. And he's fine with that. You know, he's always been known that way, so, I mean, names had never really held that much import to him anyway.
Yeah.
He's been called many things.
By worse people?
By much worse.
What about Cremo?
Well, what's in a name, you know?
Got a good voice here.
See, that's a good voice right there.
That's
so much better than the options.
Do it with an English accent now.
Just tag on to that.
Oh, no!
I'm actually English. I was born in London, and I've always done voices and stuff, and it really annoys me when Westerners use these fake English accents also.
It's so bad.
You are not doing an English accent. You just can have an English accent.
Do
it's
I?
all of us,
Not
all
really.
of us pretenders.
Maybe a tiny bit.
A little bit. Yeah, it's just a little bit. When I came to Toronto, I had to lose it way back in the 70s. So only a few vestiges are left. Well, Cremo's friends back home call him the Jolly Green Giant because he used to have distemper, an awful distemper. Oh, it was bad. And he was the tallest goblin in the whole patch. So Jolly Green Giant. Cremo corn tongs.
How tall is the tallest goblin?
Well, I am he.
Okay.
As tall as I am, whatever that is.
Okay. Reasonable.
I'm as tall as the tallest leaf and as short as the, well, you know.
No, actually, we don't. Can you enlighten us?
I think
short as round, okay?
I think I've got all the information we're going to get.
Let's say 4 feet.
It's 4 feet short. I mean, I'm pretty short.
And actually, I'd say my in-laws are all like this much above me, so I tell them I'm not short, I'm environmentally efficient. Funny, I divorced my husband, kept the in-laws.
Nothing wrong with that.
Where are we? Yeah.
Let's see. Last session we ended in the inn at the end of the road.
That's right. Let me get. I hope I posted it.
Did we get XP last session?
The last session. Were you with us last session?
No.
Last session was was one. I added that to yours, Tom, because you left early. And then, let's see, the last session that you were in, not keeping track of that very well. I believe
It looks like the last session was the
7.
11th.
Yep.
And I'm just scrolling through the notes.
Yeah, I don't have,
I'm still at 0, so I don't know.
yeah, I don't have XP for that session. So I'm going to say no, you are still at 0.
On the
I've been bad about giving it out.
Did we carouse or anything?
Not really.
Mm-mm. Now, XP is supposed to be given out with treasure, and there's not a lot of treasure being given out, so that's an issue I'm finding with this adventure, so I'm trying to rectify that.
Oh,
This
I'm
may be
still
the right
in
time to join.
Shadowdark. You get a few in the game, and then you carouse at the end or something.
I haven't heard about the carousing. Maybe that'll give me some have an extra thing to look forward to.
Yeah, there's
in a lot of games you spend your earned or found gold and then convert it to a roll on the table to get more XP.
or in trouble, or both.
Maybe it's just a West Marchesy or open table-y thing. I don't know.
I haven't.
No, I think it's in Shadowdark. I think there's tables for it in Shadowdark.
You can carouse.
There just hasn't been any money.
Downtime. Yeah, really.
Yep, just carousing.
Okay, I'll just stay at 0 and whatever. I don't know what gold I'm supposed to be at.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start giving out XP for other stuff too, so. Because like I said, there's just not a lot of coin for items to be found.
Do you want me to read last session's recap?
Yeah, if you want to sum it up, that'd be great.
Okay. The previous session, we had come across a area that was populated by a bunch of large-sized hares. We are outnumbered by the humanoid hares. There are about 20 visible. We decided it would be a bad idea to fight them, especially without our veterans. So we decided to return the Queen's Road. But as we travel there, we see a building headed our way. Sir Tolliver vouched for the end of the road as a safe place. So we headed towards it. We see lights and smell the food. We arrive, and people help us tie up the tub, which we were traveling in. There's free lodging, free food, free pie. Sir Tolliver offers the innkeeper some cat's eye marbles and clears his throat significantly. We dig for baubles to offer. The innkeeper mentions that there's a game of crisscross, which turned out to be another name for Scrabble, going on. One player, who is a hawk, spells out defenestrate, and the other one, well, is defenestrated. The hawk says he's done playing for the night, but if we have tiles, we can play another time.
Wait until Daryl gets back.
Daryl's not there. I'm sorry, I don't see the screen.
He stepped away.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear you. Keep going.
Okay. Great.
Oh, okay.
Good. The hawk says he's done playing for the night, but if we have tiles, we can play another time. He also tells us the tiles are all over the place, and if we find them, we can make all kinds of things. Then he says, here, you can have this, and gives us an O tile. Use them as you need them. And I added a note, these are part of the loot that we will find. So right now we have an S tile and an O tile. Sue brings us some delicious food and exceptional pie. We chat up Sue. She says she has heard rumors of Zilbina being trapped in the palace, and the Hourglass Coven took over that. The barkeep and 2 elves in a corner and a group of soldiers are in the room. The soldiers seemed friendlier, so we chat them up. They are in the shape of cards. Cards number 9 says that they are new to the area too. It was bad over there where they came from, but it looks like it's getting bad over here. And this is when the session ends. And we did get 1 XP that session for finding the Scrabble tile. So that's what we did last time.
All right. So you guys are in this traveling inn. And
Literally
you
traveling.
guys, literally traveling. And you guys were talking to the card soldiers.
Maybe that was a game, right? If I remember right.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. I wanted to actually participate in said game. So, I thought I would. That's why I wanted to stop because I was falling asleep that day.
Yeah, and he told you that you need your own set of tiles to play the game.
Yes. Okay. That's what you said on the thing.
So we have to find the tiles adventuring?
They'll be part of the loot if we keep our eyes open.
Correct, yeah.
That's kind of when I remember. Yeah. Okay. So where do we start then?
Yeah.
Can you guys see anything on the screen?
I can see a checkerboard of rainbow colors with us
Awesome.
around the edges.
Awesome.
I'm trying to zoom in, but I'm not being able to do it on this computer.
I think it's
Like page up and page down.
yeah, page up and page down.
Yeah, it's not working on this. This is what you get for being on a borrowed computer.
Is it on the F keys? Is page up and page down on the F keys? You might have to press the FN button. Some of those toggle, some of them you have to hold down.
I will just mess around and see what I can find.
Yeah, so it's like 10 o'clock at night. You guys are in this inn. There's a couple of groups of people hanging around. There is a fairy and a sprite chatting each other up. A couple of people in the corner, and then the card soldiers.
Okay. So there's the card holders. We were chatting with them. Is there anything else for us to do? What are these bright colors? Is that the floor? Is that a table?
That's a floor. The floor, yeah.
Boy, that's hurting bright. So what shall we do? Should we go to bed? Is there anywhere else to explore?
Okay. We should advance. This is a puzzle.
No, it's just a place
Okay.
for you to sleep and get information.
What's up with this floor? Can I move forward?
Yeah.
Are these blocks? Okay? What are these icons on the floor again?
Which ones?
Like the red, the pink lady.
She is a pixie.
And she's just sitting there.
Yes, she was talking to the sprite next to her.
Is there any interesting conversation that can overhear? As I'm perusing, this is the barkeep at the bottom, right?
Correct. That is the old lady, Sue. They're probably talking about like current rumors. So like whispering about Zilbina, talking about the latest doings of what the hell is her name? Sorry, I forgot her name. The hag that rules this area.
Begins with B.
Yes.
L.
Where the hell is it? Oh my god, why is it not right at the top? Bavlorna.
Lorna, yes.
Yes.
So, they're talking about Bavlorna, maybe making fun of her. Can't quite pick up everything they're saying. And if they notice you watching, then they'll kind of like hush up a little bit.
I just was. I slowly meander towards the old lady.
All right.
The old woman serving what appears to be stuff. Oh yeah, she is pretty old and haggard. My gosh. Now that I zoom in a little bit. Oof. Could I get you a bag for that head on the side of your hip there, ma'am?
She got a head on the side of her hip.
I want to get that looked at.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't look that bad. Not quite that bad, but almost there. Almost there.
What's there to drink around this establishment? What do you recommend?
Let's see. She says, most people around here drink tea, and I've got, ale.
Well, how about a glass of your finest? Well, actually, what do you take for currency?
Here at the end, nothing.
How do I pay for this fine drink then?
There's no cost for it.
Oh?
I mean, generally speaking, people find a way to repay me, but...
Oh, huh. Well, I'm really here just for maybe a question or two, but I could also have a drink, and you could find something for me to do. I'd be happy to oblige if it's within my power.
Oh, no. It'd be too much of a hassle for me to find something for you to do.
So, what's this game over here that these individuals are playing? I saw that when I walked in.
Oh, yeah, the tile game. They play that quite a bit.
They said that you have to find your own tiles to play. That's kind of a strange game.
Yeah, they have their own tiles. I don't know anybody who's making them currently. Ever since Zilbina's been gone, there hasn't been a lot of fun things produced.
Ah, I see. Well, that's unfortunate.
What are they producing now?
The people who made the tiles have long since gone from this place.
too bad.
Yes, yes. As the as Hither grew worse and worse, more and more people left until now most people are trapped here.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, we are but travelers ourselves, and we were led to this inn by a certain individual, a certain sprite-looking, I guess you call him a prince?
Like, that guy in the cage? You're like, this guy.
This guy! Why is he in the cage? Oh, he's locked in his cage. That's why we
He's
couldn't
locked in
break
the
the lock.
cage,
He was
yeah.
locked. He was locked there by Zelbina, right?
Correct,
Or
yeah.
one of the hags. Yeah.
Not Sylvina, yeah. Bavlorna.
Bavlorna. Bavlorna.
So you, like, bring his cage up, and he says, "Greetings, my lady," and does, like, a formal bow. He says, "I am Sir Talvar of Oz. I bring you warm wishes." And she smiles and nods.
So we were first attracted to this inn because of him, but maybe you may have some information that would be useful to try to free this individual from this prison.
Yeah, it's a key you seek.
It is.
Yes. And there is a key keeper in Hither. Jangle is her name.
But wait, hold on. Is this a slight reference to Ghostbusters? Who's the key master?
Was that Keymaster and Gatekeeper?
I am the gatekeeper. I am the key master.
That's a great movie.
It's
I haven't seen that in so long.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Those are the Gozerian. Okay. So Jingle Jangle.
Yeah, she lives out on Tellamy Hill.
Okay. Well, how far away is that?
She says it's towards the south. Not too far away.
Shoot. Okay. Well, maybe when this rain, abides and the flooding, goes away, perhaps we can make our way out to Jingle Jangle.
Well, the rain's kind of a constant here, but the floods come and go. Never more than a day before the flood recedes back into the wells.
Okay, good.
How long has that been going on for?
Since Bavlorna. She took over the OLs. It was they were gathering places before that, where everybody would come and barter and gossip. Before that, no one remembers what they were for.
We were just caught out in the storm not more than a day ago. We're lucky to be alive. We nearly got trapped by the, I guess you call them the aggressive bunnies.
The brigands. Yes.
Yes. They had some crazy saying. They're gonna stomp on us and slay us, and it's very frightening.
They are very very fond of singing their threats.
Saw that. It was it's interesting, to say the least. But we escaped, and now we made it here, and
A much better
it
better
seems
place.
like a very nice establishment. Thank you for your hospitality and your information. And maybe I
Yes,
will take you
yes.
up on that drink. Is there anything I could do for you after we depart? I mean, maybe my friends and I could help you with something, or send some information somewhere,
Deliver.
or anything of that nature. Since we are but travelers, we're not going to stay long.
Well, I think anything that you could do to restore Zolbina to power would be a grand gesture indeed.
Well, the reason we came here was because we were searching for why, from our world, things keep getting lost. And we were told that it was because of what's been happening in this Fey world. And perhaps it's been happening since Bob Lorna has taken over this realm. We're just but lowly adolescents, but we do, seek to restore some normality, whatever way we can.
If,
That would indeed be
Wesley, can you
wonderful.
tell us? Is there anything you can tell us about Bavlorna, about where she lives, or where we can find her, and what she likes and what she does?
She's an evil hag. I think she likes to eat
We
the
know.
souls of young people.
If you can't
She
tell us
lives in
anything, that's,
Downfall.
I understand.
She lives in Downfall.
What?
It's she lives in Downfall. It's west of the Brigand's Tollway. She
What
lives
a great
there
name
with
for.
the frogmen.
Oh, just we said we got the brigand bunnies and we got the frogmen.
Yeah. The frogmen are they're not bad people. They like their formalities. They are a very noble bunch. And Sir Talavar kind of chips up. He's like, "Hear, hear, some are noble indeed."
So you know the frogmen, Sir Talar.
Yes. I that's where I was imprisoned in Downfall. The frogmen of the Soggy Court. They have a overdeveloped sense of grandeur, possibly. He says with flourishing movements. Says they are all about pomp and courtesies. And they love the court intrigue. This is actually Sue telling you this stuff.
Is this Sue or Sir Talar?
Sue is telling you this.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Frogman. Okay.
Ribbit.
And then she says, the current leader is Gullup the 19th. He won the throne by boiling his predecessor. in oil.
Ooh.
Yes. It's a small community, but there's always a violent coup just around the corner.
That's disturbing. Huh. Okay, well.
They are very involved with themselves. They before Valona, they never got involved in anyone else's affairs. They stayed to their own. Of course, if you got sucked into the Soggy Court, then you'd get involved in all of their politics and nonsense.
But Bavlona lives among the frogs.
Yes, they've taken her as a queen of sorts.
Mm.
Not
Gotcha.
exactly sure what she did to win there.
You could have for getting along. Any suggestions on how to get along with the frog?
Don't boil them.
Yeah, they are like I said, they are grandiose nobles who like their court. So I mean, anything not destructive to them or their court would be positive.
Okay, so we've got Frogman, who is basically protecting Bavlorna, who lives in Downfall. We've got Jingle Jangle over in Tellamy Hill. They are the keymaster that can potentially free Sir Televar. We have this little game of chance to our, I guess, right. That we could potentially find some tiles to play. And then we have a few people in this bar other than the barkeep who may have some interesting tidbits of knowledge. That's the way I see it.
Yep.
I've done asking my questions. Y'all can ask some questions. I'm gonna go grab myself something to drink.
Himo, what do you think?
Well, what do these 4 Teletubbies here look like? What are they up to?
They are card knights. They are kind of human height, and they have bodies that are playing cards.
They're like staff or something?
No, they are patrons.
Okay.
So are these the soldiers that had come from elsewhere that
that you began to talk to? Yeah.
Have we talked to them before?
You started to talk to them last session, but it didn't go very far.
So bad. I can't resurface.
All right. Well, Cremo smooths over one of his 3 good hairs, rolls over to this Teletubby here. The top looks like a spade. And,
yeah, that is the
kinda
8 of
says,
spades.
8 of spades. So he rolls over this way, and he kind of goes, "The 8 of spades, the 8 of spades." Do come here often? This is my first time in a disco. I don't get out much, but what? Come here often?
Yeah, it's a nice place to stay. It's one of the more pleasant places in this land. We were but passing through, but it seems more difficult than we had thought to get out of hither.
Have you heard the legend of Sir, what's his name?
Talavar?
Televar.
No, we haven't. They all kind of shake their heads no.
Oh, I thought you knew it. I was searching for some knowledge about this guy. Some people were talking big, so I thought maybe you guys knew something.
Nope, no Sir Talavar that we've heard of.
What about frogmen? Are they as good as they say, or are they trouble?
Oh, we've heard some stuff about the frogmen, and we choose to stay away. Besides, that's where Blackjaw is.
Who's that?
The witch who runs this place.
Oh, runs. Well, you say the frogmen are kind of good. Who do we gotta watch out for in these lands here? You know, we're top flight businessmen.
Well, I'd stay away from anything that looks angry, actually.
That's a lot of things, friend.
Indeed. I'd stay away from the frogmen, although they won't do you any harm unless you get involved in their machinations. Yeah, if you happen to find a way out of here and don't take it right away, then we'd love to hear about it.
Oh, you too, eh? That's worth big, I hear, these days.
Yes. Safe passage to another land is worth quite a bit. Probably more than we have, so.
Well, old Cremo will be happy to be your broker.
Wonderful.
Where can we find you? Here?
Most likely, yeah. This is the safest place for us.
Fair enough. The card knights. Eight of spades guy at the top. Do you have some words for them, Lisa?
I'm just trying to think. Are there any other folk around here that you know about that you can tell us about?
Folk? What do you mean?
We hear about the frogmen. There's the bunnymen. We've met about you. Are there any other kind of folk in other towns and things like are nearby? Who populates other towns?
Downfall is the only town in this area.
Okay.
Everybody else lives
interesting.
Scattered among the marsh.
What's in the marsh besides people? Are there any other animals or?
Ooh, all kinds of nasty vermin. Like I said, this is the safest place for us here.
Why is Downfall called? Do you know why the town is called Downfall?
No. No, it does seem a somber name for a town. Maybe old Slackjaw Lorna renamed it when she took over.
Okay. It's it's 10 o'clock at night. Do we want to keep on going? Yeah, but I don't-
Yeah.
you know, I'm a human being. I get tired.
Took a whole day of just trying to get the hell out of in.
No.
Yeah, we were trapped in a ghostly inn that turned out to be haunted. And everything seemed fine at night.
All right. So,
Hmm.
do you have a spare room for the night that we could use? I'll ask the barkeep.
Yeah.
You know what I find funny is that in D&D and in all these RPG games, you always get rooms from barkeeps, but I can never get a room from a barkeep in real life. What
Going
happened
to the
to the
wrong
tavern
ends.
/ inn?
Go to the front
Good
desk for
question.
that.
Got cut out of the market. They got crushed way back in '02.
Crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Times have changed. Okay. Do we? So we're going to. I thought we should suggest we spend the night. Do we want to set up a watch while we spend the night?
Do we need to?
Sure. So Talabar,
in the thing?
Yes.
do you sleep inside said cage?
I cannot get out of the cage, so I must sleep in here.
Ah, okay. Well, which watch do you want? Or is it even worth setting up a watch at this inn?
I personally wouldn't set up a watch, but it sounds like you guys went through some things that
That's
have
all
you
right.
quite.
Wow, we don't need a watch then. It's not like we're staying out in the wilderness.
We don't need a watch. We're Timex.
Okay. I think the things will be easier to find and see. So shall we sleep and have it become morning unless there's some kind of disruption in the middle of the night? As I yawn.
Yep.
Yep. So going to bed.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Let's go to bed and playtime.
Mhm.
All right. Do we dream any crazy ass dreams?
Nope. And you wake up and everything is regular. Or the same. I guess not regular.
I dream
Well-
normal ass dreams.
Good. Happiness.
All right. Well, if there's anything we can do for you, ma'am, thank you so much for your hospitality. I'm sure we'll see you
And
again.
we do hope to be able to help you. We do hope to help out with the one issue you mentioned.
Yes, restoring Zilplina power would be a great boon for this whole land. Many people would be in your debt.
We'll try our best.
Yes. Any advice before we go?
I think I've given you all that I could.
I agree.
Thank you for all your help. We appreciate it. Okay, so we head outside. I guess first stop is to jingle jangle and seeing if we could jingle jangle Sir Tollivar out of the cage.
Yep.
The spurs.
Oops.
Hmm?
What's the right window here? Can you flip us to the map screen?
Oops, I thought I did. There we go.
Second, I gotta go plug in my laptop. I will be listening.
Okay. So you said that Jingle Jangle was south of here, not too far,
On Tellme Hill, right there.
on Tellamy Hill.
Here.
You're gonna
just
tell
revealed
me
it.
how
To
to get.
me, looks like, yeah, right there. Is the floodwater receded?
Yes, they are.
So no longer need to float around in a bathtub?
Right, your bathtub has been grounded.
I almost want to tow it with us.
Our
Might be a little
bathtub
tough,
hits
though.
the showers.
Oh, yeah, we can go take a bath in it. It's probably full of water now. All right. Well,
Boot
it's
it.
what, 2 hours per hex? Is that right?
Correct, yeah.
We boot it.
Guess we start hoofing it.
Yep.
We're gonna pass the Brigands Tollway again.
If you go that way.
Well,
Can we move
I
a
guess
little bit? Can we
I guess
circle
we're
a bit
not. You're
wider?
right. We're probably gonna go like that.
So this way first.
Yep.
And oddly enough, about 2 hours later, you see the inn coming from, like you came from this direction, and the inn is coming from this direction, going towards you.
It's following us.
Appears so.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else
Are
happen?
we seeing?
Mm-mm.
Are we seeing the hill yet?
You might
two
be able
more
to see it
hexes to
from
go.
here.
Let's go south one. South east.
That one?
Mhm.
Is there
All
a
right,
compass
and
I can evoke?
a compass?
Yeah, so we know we're going south.
Up is north. Like a little
Okay.
thing right there.
Okay.
It doesn't have any letters on it, though. Any real letters. It's got letters on it. Don't know what they are. But yeah, I'm going up is north.
Okay, so we're going south.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of default to up is north unless, we're playing some
Okay,
weird ass
just
game.
wanted checking.
And thank you for that. We have done maps before where up wasn't north. And we're like, okay, I'm gonna go south, and you're like, well, south is to the left. You're like, we're gonna go east.
Down was east. It was so weird.
And I was like,
That's mean.
Yeah. Definitely done on purpose. All right, so let's see.
dude, the hill's even got a keyhole in it.
So in the distance, you see 10 of these rabbit brigands coming towards you.
Great. Oh, much fun.
Give me just a second to find something here. Tell you how far they are away. They are about 140 feet away.
Sorry. Oh, good. Not me.
So there's enough time for you
140.
guys to try to not be seen by them.
Let's hide. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to read things, and my computer is really slow.
Mhm.
But I do. Let's hide. I do have a I do have a backstab ability. If somebody comes close to me.
What, behind the rabbit?
I have to play the Monty Python.
Silly God.
It's just a rabbit.
Tempered rodent you ever seen.
Rodent.
So, shall we hide? Is there a place
It's
to
just
hide?
a rabbit. Well, 10 rabbits, I guess.
It's a mean rabbit. It's got fangs.
No, we're not gonna hide. Let's teach these murderous bunnies a thing or two about messing with us.
Did you hear there were 10
Yeah,
of them?
What
Wait.
kind of skills? What kind of skills and
there's-
abilities? There's 10 of them. There's 3 of us.
I'm a very charming dwarf, okay?
Okay.
Alright, there is 10 of them. When Rich makes it a point to tell us that there's 10 of them, he's probably making a point to tell us you may not want to fuck with 10 of them.
I mean, it's 10 of them.
So, Cremo, you've got more battle experience than I would than us. What do you think?
Well, if there's 10 of them, and let me do the math. Carry the 1 root of -1 is an imagine. No, I think we're gonna lose.
Okay, let's hide.
You guys have no faith.
Let's hide.
Yes, you are right. I have
They're
faith
just
in wanting to survive.
rabbits!
What are they gonna
That's
do?
what they said
Nibble
in
my
Monty
bum?
Python. Remember, these are humanoid-sized rabbits, so they're as big as us.
Oh, they're actually bigger
they-
because we have a goblin and a dwarf. They're probably taller than 2 of us.
They are.
Probably.
Giant rabbits. We hide?
We
We're
hide.
hiding.
All right, so why don't Lisa, why don't you give me a dexterity check at advantage?
Okay, just a second.
See if you can procure a hiding spot for the 3 of you.
I roll it. I'm just trying to click. Like,
You're in procurements.
I'm just going to roll.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, one of those is a 1, so.
All right, I'm supposed to
16?
set a DC, huh? All right. That's probably like a
That would be useful.
It's probably
Too used to
15's
roll
a
under.
good DC.
15, probably less. I'd say like 12, probably.
Nice. Speaking of that, do we have luck tokens?
We do.
each session?
I don't think I've never used it.
Yeah, I think starting each session with one is a good idea.
Okay. So 16, we hide.
Sounds good. And they pass on by.
So Brim, if we were going to fight the bunnies, what are your skills that you are going to use?
I didn't say I actually had any skills, did I?
Okay.
You said
I have a short bow. I could probably take one or two of them out before they got to us. I can cure their wounds or our wounds. You know, maybe I can blind them by the light. I don't think they're undead, unfortunately.
Blinded by the light.
Wrap
So really?
them up like a douche, another roller, and then
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw some stuff at them, basically.
Yes. My weapon is a crowbar and a couple of poles.
I have a dagger.
So I think hiding was a good decision. Okay, they go past us. Can we keep on going?
Yep.
yeah, we wait a bit
Is
and
there-
boot it.
And to Telemi Hill.
Sounds good.
All right, so
Thank you
this
for
hill
deferring
smells.
to my considerable knowledge in this matter.
Yes. I thank you for your good advice.
So the hill smells like sweet-smelling fruit.
Nice.
Damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets cover a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. Dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze, despite there being one. The hill's about half a square mile. There's a narrow trail that leads to the top. Tom, you are muted. Oh, I thought you were trying to say something.
Yes.
I was chewing.
The hills are alive with the sound of music. We
Trying to-
continue on.
I heard somebody once sing, "The hills are alive, and it's pretty frightening."
We're going to climb this trail, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that where to Jingle Jangle is?
I would assume so.
Up the hill or something?
That's what you were told.
Yes. On Telemi Hill. Okay. And I'm keeping my eye out for any kind of, more bunny men or other threats instead of steadily. I'm a little if it gets too easy, I get a little even more suspicious.
As you get about a quarter of the way up the hill, two trees start walking towards you.
Oh, well, hello there.
One of the trees greets you. Hello. Welcome to Telemi Hill. How long do you plan to stay?
Well, that depends. Is your master at home?
We
Don't
have
even
no
know if he's the
master.
master.
Ah, that's true. Well, do you know if Jingle Jangle is here? The keymaster.
Jingle Jangle is indeed here. She hasn't left her den since returning.
Let's
When
see.
She was
return?
accosted by brigands.
Oh, nasty brigands. We were nearly accosted by brigands as well. Foul creatures.
Are those the bunny brigands we saw before?
I think they're the only brigands we know, right?
Mhm.
If they tried to accost me, I wouldn't pay.
Yes. Well, let's go see if Jingle Jangle, see if he's okay, and see if we can help him too.
Yes.
One of the trees says, "Yes, that would be all right. Don't cause any trouble." And the trees kind of move to either side of the path.
We have no intention to cause trouble.
And they continue swaying
All right,
in the
continue up.
non-breeze.
Security guards are not super hard to get past.
All right, so you get to the top, and there is a cave here, and it is indeed shaped like a keyhole. Stone steps lead down into it. Do you enter?
I'm going to say, hello, Jingle Jangle?
Don't hear a response.
Let's,
Looking for the key master. We were sent here.
No response.
Is it dark in there?
It is indeed, yes.
Light a torch.
Cremo, emboldened by his support, draws his sword. Is ready when the light is to lead into the darkness to see what's happening.
I'm gonna cast light, actually.
yay.
Excellent.
Oh, Amethyst of Shadow Sight? But less than 1 minute remaining. Let's save it.
What's the roll? I just roll for light, right?
Correct, yeah. Yeah, I believe if you just click on it.
I got a critical light. Boom.
Nice.
So I
He
cast
So that
Lightcore.
means either you can double the range or double the length.
length.
All right.
Wrapped up like a deuce.
Yes. So with our light, let's proceed cautiously, inspecting, looking for potential traps or injured people hiding somewhere, things like that.
Good idea.
Always worried about traps. It's almost like you're a thief or something.
I have a suspicious mind.
Cremo draws his bastard's sword.
I do have one of my talents is finding and disabling traps.
Ah, perfect. Would you like to lead the way?
I guess I will very cautiously.
All right. So as you
support.
enter, it's colder in here than outside, and you smell a subtle smell of iron in the air. As you go down the stairs, you can see that there are keys hanging from strings that crisscross the walls, and there are hundreds of keys on these strings. They're tacked to the wall. There's keys all over the floor.
There's keys everywhere.
Keys everywhere. And as you
Any that are distinctive?
I mean, if you pick
Seem
through them,
more
yeah,
important?
probably, yeah. They all look a little different, but some of them have, I don't know, different handles, I guess, or rings, whatever the end of a key is called.
Any
But none
like
of them,
fancy or jeweled or
no
golden
jeweled, but
special?
definitely like there are some that are fancier than others. As you move through the cave, there is a second kind of chamber that you enter. And as you come around kind of the corner of that, your light casts over a small goblin. She is wearing a suit of armor that is made out of metal keys. And then she has a flail. The chain is made out of keys linked together. And instead of a ball and spikes at the end of the flail, it's a like 5 big padlocks locked together on the end of this chain of keys. And she kind of like stands up straight and holds the flail out. And she smiles and says, "How might Jingle Jangle unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?"
Hopefully not being hit over the head by a weapon. Chuckle.
She says, "As long as I'm not getting stabbed by one, or as long as she's not getting stabbed by one, Jingle Jangle will be happy."
Are you
Well,
injured?
She
Are you?
kind of doesn't say anything, but is staring
Well,
at the drawn sword held by Primo.
put your sword away. Hey, we were just about accosted by a bunch of brigands, maybe, I don't know, a good couple of hours ago, so we're kind of on edge right now. I'm sure you can imagine why.
I sheathed the sword. I was scared for your safety, madam.
And she like
Um,
all but drops the flail, like her arm just drops to the ground. And you can see that she's like holding herself up with the wall, and she kind of slumps up against it a little more and skids down onto her butt. And
Grim,
she
did you
says,
say you had some healing abilities?
Well, are you injured?
Jingle Jangle was digging for truffles in the swamp when a bunch of brigands leaped out from behind the reeds and shrubbery. They took Jingle Jangle's truffles and threw Jingle Jangle down in the mud and whacked Jingle Jangle with their wooden clubs.
Sounds like them brigands need to have a beat down.
Meanies.
They travel in big numbers, though. Jingle Jangle can't defend herself against numbers.
Oh, does Jingle Jangle need some healing?
Jingle Jangle would definitely appreciate some healing.
Oh, well, I can perhaps assist with that. Assuming I can get a good roll. Do you have a DC?
No, you should. DC is set already. I think it's 15.
11. And it says roll number of D6 is equal to 1 plus half your level, rounded down. So
1.
I know, hold on. It's all that crap. You should be able to hit the button and hit enter, but if you hit enter, it'll add another dice to it.
Really?
It's 2. The number is 2. I screwed it up. So she gets 2 hit points.
Okay. She says, "Much better, thank you." Kind of like stands straight up.
We have some very bad feedback. Lisa.
Sorry,
Unmute
step
Lisa.
away. What?
Oh, your mic was feeding back
I-
into the.
Oh, sorry. I accidentally stepped away and unplugged my headphones. Okay. All better?
Yes.
Yes.
So we healed Jingle Jangle. Jingle Jangle is now happy. So I'll say, really, why we were here was to potentially try to free our good friend Sir Talivar, who has been locked in this prison.
This prison.
Like a bird in a cage.
And he
He
says,
was a
"Indeed,
bad
ma'am.
boy.
I would be honored if you would be able to unlock this cage and get me out." And she stands up and she says, "Jingle Jangle may just have the key. Come." She goes into the other room and she's like looking at the keys hanging up and the keys on the wall, and she's going, She takes a look at the lock, kind of sticks her finger in it, and then she reaches in her pocket and pulls out a key, puts it in the lock, and unlocks the cage.
What? She had it in her pocket the whole time?
Psych.
And
Where did I
Sir
put that
Talvar
key?
jumps out, like bounds out. And he's like, to be free again. And he like takes flight and kind of does a little spin up in the air and back down to the ground. He says, thank you, my lady. And thanks to you for bringing me here. He says, please. And he's unbelting his sword. And he says, take my sword as a gift.
His little mini-me sword? His toothpick?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not one for swords, but perhaps
it's a dagger. It's not a sword.
Could... Oh well, it's a what do they call that in Game of Thrones for Arya's sword? What do they call her sword?
I don't remember. It's
Needle?
been so long. Needle. There you go.
Needle. It's like, we shall call it Needle.
Sir Tolliver, we might have more. I mean, we are on a quest to free the land, and your sword might be more useful with you with it.
But I must get back to Oz.
I see. Well, good travels with you then.
Tell Ozma
about
what is happening here and see if she can bring help.
I will, since I only have a crowbar at this point, I would happily accept your sword.
I'm magical anyway.
Some kind of.
It is indeed magical.
So I will accept it with thanks. So, Rich, what kind of sword do I now have?
It is a +1 dagger. I for some reason didn't make it, but I'm making it right now.
You didn't think we were going to free him, did you?
No, I just forgot to make it in Foundry. It's written down in World Anvil. Down.
Well, if your queen can give us any assistance, we would much appreciate it.
He says, indeed. And
should I
if
just
you
drag
are ever...
the dagger over to my...
What was that?
Do I drag it over to my page?
Yeah, I haven't made it yet, though.
Okay. Then I won't drag it.
Okay. He says, indeed, if there is something to be there is something she can do, she will indeed help. And also, I would like to offer my services. If you would like to come to Oz at any time, I can ferry you across the mist.
How do we
Well,
communicate with you?
Oz. I
I
He
will give
says-
you my Scrabble tile.
right. He says there are ways to contact me. Leave a message at the inn,
Okay.
and every time I come back, I will check there first. Or when I come back, I will check there.
Thank you. Thank you very
Oh
much.
wait, my Scrabble tile is when held and a letter is thought of. This tile will display the letter. Well, that's not really It's not really a word tile because I have to hold the thing. A.
The idea with the tiles is not for you to play a game; it's for you to make things out of them.
It's for us to what?
Make things. So if you want a sword and you do not have the letter O, you have SWRD, you can use the blank tile to make a sword.
Oh, but that was for the game in the inn, right?
No, that's like
It
you can
sounds like-
just do that. If you have the letters, you can just create
Oh,
things.
if I was literally playing Scrabble.
Well, but you don't
They
have to
My
be
character,
playing
I mean.
Scrabble. Your character doesn't have to be playing Scrabble. They can just hold the letters in their hands and make something.
Hmm.
It's like a triple word score.
Okay. So, he's offering his services, but he has to go to Oz first. And if we ever need to go to Oz, let him know. Jingle Jangle is happy to assist us. We'll ask, I guess, Jingle Jangle about Bavlorna and if he knows anything about this hag.
Does Jingle Jangle know? I don't know much about Bavlorna. I know a lot about Agdon Longscarf. He's the leader of the brigands.
Oh,
What do you know
the-
about
the-
Jingle
Mr.
Jangle's seen him
Longscarf?
bouncing through the forest. He's got a bright blue scarf. Moves as fast as lightning. He's usually hanging around Brigand's Tollway.
Oh, we've seen this place.
Yes, it's the catwalks surrounding a giant tree stump. They like it because it gives them the high ground.
I see. Well, we don't like them. So we've been trying to avoid them. Hopefully we can.
Yes.
is there any way to sneak around the brigands to get to the city, the town? Do you know?
Avoid the tollway completely. Go under the Queen's
Okay.
Way.
Yeah.
There's a scarecrow who lives in Downfall. His name is Clapperclaw.
Downfall is wait, Clapperclaw?
Clapperclaw.
It's a
Hangs around
scarecrow.
Downfall. Yeah, and he knows the way to Tither. I've never wanted to go there. That's where
Why would
Granny
we wanna go to
Nightshade
Tither?
rules.
Oh. Granny Nightshade? She sounds scary. Isn't Nightshade a poison?
Indeed.
So it's Granny
what about-
Poison.
Granny Poison. Stay away from Granny Poison.
And what?
Let's see. So we're in Hither. Granny Nightshade rules Tither. Bavlorna rules Hither. And what was the last land called again?
Yawn.
Yon. Who rules Yon?
I don't know.
Okay. We are going to be going to a number of places. And do you have any kind of key? I've heard it in my world, they call it a skeleton key that can open bunch of locks, or tools that can unlock locks.
No. Just keys.
Okay. Do you have any keys that we think might be useful in our trip?
No.
Good day, fellas. Welcome.
What was that?
Well,
No, it's a mistake. Sorry.
so it sounds like we can avoid the causeway and the bunnies by staying to the Queensway and then get to Downfall that way. Did Downfall used to have a different name?
Not that I know of.
So even when Zeldina ruled, it was Downfall?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. It just seemed like such a sad name.
It was probably called City of Future Wonders at one point.
Could be.
Yes. So the only way to avoid the Brigand's Tollway is to go over the Queen's Bridge, but the Queen's Bridge is broken.
Under.
So we would have to go around.
Under.
Under. Oh, I see.
Under.
Under. Got it. What kind of the Queen's Way? Sorry. What kind of creatures would we encounter if we went under the bridge? Usually, under the bridge is bad. Trolls and such.
I don't think it'd be anything different than you might encounter regularly.
Ah, well, that's good to know.
Just
Okay.
lots of homeless?
Oh,
Homeless
you say that.
vermin.
You say that. I went to Santa. Oh, well, you're not from this. You're in Toronto, right? I was in Santa Cruz today. I went under this bridge, and because we ride our bikes back, and it was. I swear to you, it was like a whole bunch of, like a homeless convention. Some lady stepped right in front of my bike. I almost ran into her.
Well,
Crazy.
Santa Cruz does not provide very many places for the unhoused to stay.
That is true.
If you don't want homeless.
I don't know how you solve the problem other than by building houses. Lots of under bridge tollways, I guess. Seriously, there's no place for people to go there.
4 years ago, there was a CZU lightning fire. San Lorenzo Valley lost 911 homes. Less than 40 have been completed or are close to completion because of all the barriers that the housing planning department puts into building in Santa Cruz County.
Wow. That's crazy.
It is crazy. It's been a nightmare. I am lucky enough to have kept my house.
You're in Gilroy, right? Oh no,
What?
you're not in Gilroy. You're up in that area, aren't you?
I live in Boulder Creek.
Boulder Creek, yeah.
Yeah, I was evacuated for almost a month that summer, and spent like a week going like
Are things not going to get potentially very dangerous down there?
It's getting worse. I mean, there were horrible storms and mudslides this last winter. As I said, there were 3 days I could not get home because all the roads were closed. It's getting scary. It's scary. I'm probably going to move
from the coastal area.
We're actually about 10 miles in from the coastal area.
Wow.
It's in the hills between Santa Cruz County and Silicon Valley. So it's a semi-rural area, lots of trees. It's a lovely place to be. It was a wonderful place to raise my kids. But it is,
It's changed.
it's, yeah, the climate's changed and has made it more dangerous. But anyway, let's see now.
You know, I've never been to Boulder Creek. I always go to Felton, that's where my buddy lives.
Boulder Creek is a lovely town. It's a great community. People have been pulling together amazingly since the fire and since the storms. It's just the circumstances and the bureaucracy makes it hard to really move ahead.
Yeah, Santa Cruz is a very NIMBY community.
Yeah.
It's tough.
There was a recent article of 12 towns, 12 of the nicest small towns in California, and Boulder Creek made the list.
I should drive north on the 9 after I leave my buddy's house someday. Check out Ben Lomond, Boulder Creek.
Brookdale Lodge has been restored and it's really nice. We have
Hey, is it a lodge where I could? Is it like a tavern inn? Can I get beer and then get a room at the inn?
Brookdale Lodge, they do have a bar, they do have a restaurant, they do have housing. If you come into Boulder Creek, there's always Joe's Bar and Masood's Lodge.
Offer to do a quest for them.
Aha! How can I help you, barkeep?
Yes. We will overthrow the evil demons in the planning department. You would earn the gratitude of the entire county. Okay, so let's this quest. We're over here in this quad, and we are going to need to get over to the Queensway over here. How many is that? One.
Basically, gonna go back the same way we came.
Well, we're going to go across rather than we're going to go across rather than up. So west, north, south, west, and then north.
We're trying to get back to this hex right here.
But we're gonna try and go. Where's the line drawing? Line drawing tool. But it looks like we're gonna go this way, rather than that way. If that makes any sense.
Sure, we'll go north and then we'll go.
Well, I think we're going to go west and then north because we'll go by Shantytown, to the Queensway, and then head north on the broken Queensway.
Sure. So we exit. We have to go this way then. So we're gonna go west, Rich.
Or northwest. We're gonna go
north.
west.
It doesn't make a difference. It's a hex scroll. Doesn't make a difference.
We are going to avoid the hexes that involve the causeway. Really.
Yes. But we still may run into our friendly brigands.
Differential equations. How do we use differential equations to help protect us?
So, as you exit Telemy Hill, the trees are very happy that you helped out Jingle Jangle. And they are dancing around you. One of them comes up to you and presents you with a key and says,
"Thank you.
This will be useful in the future."
A key to the city?
Key to something.
Key to something, indeed. And I put the sword on your sheet, or the dagger on your sheet.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I have something better than a crowbar.
Yo, I put the dagger on your sheet.
Excellent.
Okay. So thank you. I thank the trees for their assistance and the key, and tell them to keep watch.
Let's do this.
Board them of brigands. Brigands. I don't know what that was.
Let's bring them on.
All right, so here.
I'm not
Yeah,
seeing
sure.
anything.
That's fine.
The internet in this room was so slow. That's why I'm having these problems. It's agonizing.
All right, and you guys come across like you guys get within 50 feet, and these giant snakes kind of slither out of the puddles of water that are around you guys. There are 6 giant snakes.
Lunchtime.
Are they sentient? Will they speak to us?
They will not speak to you, no.
But they look aggressive, I'm assuming.
They look aggressive, yes. And there are 6 of them. And they're very close.
Well, I don't think we're going to be able to outrun or hide from these guys.
They already see us.
Probably. So we're probably going to have to fight them. Unless we can throw something their way that they like. Anybody have any mice in their pocket? Small rodents? Maybe a bunny or two? How big are the snakes?
I've got
Like
some
probably
but I don't think anything that attract them.
they're probably like between 8 and 10 feet long, and maybe a foot and a half or 2 feet across.
Jesus.
Primo starts to shake.
Yes.
I'm
going to bow to them and say, "Greetings, O noble snakes."
Have you heard of the magic of differential equations? I love differential equations. That's the best.
So one of them will say, "Greetings, food."
Oh, we're
They
not
start to slither
food.
through you.
They start what?
Slither
Slithering
towards
towards
you.
us.
We're not food. We taste nasty.
Snakes are not known for their taste.
They're not
But I
choosy.
think
You smell delicious. And its tongue like...
You know, I heard even more delicious than us.
And
There
they're
was
getting
a
closer to you.
small-
Are you letting them get closer to you?
No, heck no, I'm pulling out some weapons and saying there's a group of 10 rabbits that are very tasty, so I've been told, just south of us.
and they're much bigger mouthfuls than some of these from these little skimpy ones you have right here.
We're so short and small,
I'm so skinny.
and they're so big and tall.
Yes,
don't
the
have
rabbits. The rabbits, yes. Why don't you take us to them? Show us these rabbits.
Oh, they're just over there. Make a left at the blind guy and you can't miss him.
I could take you to the rabbits. I'm sure we could find them. Either that or we
Okay,
fight
yes.
them. What do you guys want to do? They're just up
Well,
one
I
hex
figure-
from us.
But to be perfectly honest, I am expecting to try to lead them on a little bit, but we're going to wind up fighting them at some point.
Maybe. But there are 6 of them, and they're probably pretty fucking big. They are big. 1.5 foot across in diameter and 8 foot long.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
These ain't
Did
no
I say I
chumps.
was scared of snakes?
And one of our
Mhm.
party members is deathly afraid of snakes. So we
With
either
like a
lead
10-foot
them north
pole?
to the Brigand Tollway, say, see all the rabbits for you to feast upon, or we lead them south to the trees and maybe get aid from our friends, the
I don't know if the
sentient.
trees will be much.
Well, they
Where
were
were the
about to.
rabbits? Where were the bunnies that clobbered Jingle Jangle?
It's
You don't know.
1 hex south of us.
So can we direct them there?
They want us to lead them to them.
Well, those rabbits were a random encounter. So if you go into
They
that,
were a random encounter. We may
if you
not
go
find
into
them
that
again.
hex, yeah, you may not.
Where we will definitely find rabbits is 1 hex north of us.
Well, shall we lead them to the causeway? With
Either
Do
that or
I-
we
do
fight
you-
them.
We have to lead them? Can't we just point it out and move on?
No, they want you to lead them.
that would be
They're very insistent upon us leading them. Because if they don't find rabbits, then they're going to try to eat us. Correct?
That's the impression you get.
that
And
seems
if you
to be their
ask, that's what
desires.
they'll say.
Why don't we have? Let's see now. Maybe Cremo in the front, the furthest from the snakes, with the 2 of us behind him, keeping a very sharp eye on the snakes as we move.
And they'll try to they don't have a problem keeping up with you, but they're trying to gain on you as you lead them. So they are kind of hurrying you along.
I kind of expect.
And they are kind of flanking you as well. So to make sure that you guys don't try to make a run for it. All right. So,
Okay.
and so yeah, you bring them up here, and they see the rabbits, and they're like, "Ooh, many, many! You lead us to their home. Much planning
heard
we
that
have
they're
to
very
do.
tasty.
Much planning we have to do." And they slither through your ranks and towards the edges of the tollway.
And we slink back to the west now. Makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree. I completely and totally agree. I wonder, do we hear any commotion coming from the causeway as the rabbits find out that they've got some new friends?
No,
Darn.
no,
I could
the
hope,
snakes
can't
don't
I?
go straight for the throat. They plot a little.
They're a bit sneaky, eh? Well, that's more power to them. May they eat long and well with many hair-raising tails.
Good luck.
Happy hunting of not us.
Indeed, indeed. Let's see what's in it.
I'm glad we didn't have to fight them.
Yeah.
Krima, how are you doing now that the snakes are gone? You feeling better? Okay, we're heading west towards the Queen's Causeway. Looks like we have encountered it. So what? So we start following it up.
Up to you guys, yes. But we were told that's where downfall is.
Yes, that was the wonderful way to downfall.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's hopefully we don't get another crappy encounter.
Well, you got another crappy encounter.
Ah!
that is the way.
But they are indifferent to you. There are 6 crocodiles in a shallow pond that you come across that kind of watch you as you go by. You get within 90 feet of them before you spot them and steer clear of them.
Like the shoes?
I mean, I assume you steer clear of them.
I assume I steer clear of them too.
All right, so heading north.
Heading north along the causeway.
Yes.
Because. Did we lose somebody?
No, we just got Will.
I will.
Hello.
How's it going?
We set Sir Tollivar free. Made some friends with some trees. We distracted some snakes with the mean rabbits.
Ooh.
And just passed some crocodiles who fortunately were not interested in us.
Thank the Lord.
Yes.
I do not desire to be swamp food.
Yeah, we did not want to. Those snakes were honking big.
Ooh.
And you
So
come
we are
across them
very happy.
again. You come across the snakes again.
Oh no.
But this time they're kind of languishing around with big old lumps in their bodies.
Languishing.
I see that you've been feasting.
And they smile through tiny eyes. We appreciate your assistance.
Oh, they speak.
We will feast many nights here.
Good hunting.
Very good hunting.
I am glad we were able to be helpful.
Is it assumed that these rabbits are the ones that were Oregon's
These are the brigand hares that were chanting all of those threats when we went to the place to get to the jingle jangle to get Sir Tolliver unlocked. They had beaten her up, so Brim healed her, and she unlocked Sir Tolliver, who has gone back to Oz to report on what is going on.
Yay! Wait, did you just say Oz?
Yes, Sir Tolliver's from Oz and is going to report to Ozma.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't actually know that was a place in D&D. That's actually really cool. Okay, that's fun.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, it's not a place in D&D, but
It is old enough to be at least some of it's in public domain.
That's
Yeah.
Wait, it is?
I think most of it is.
Oh, the book. Oh, right. The books are.
The books.
Right.
The books. Not the movie.
Right. Yes.
So we
Okay. Yay. So it's flipped for you. So how's your setup?
Good. Seems to be
Awesome.
working, yes.
no,
Yeah.
no pops
No-
and other strange
no
sounds.
comment.
Nice.
I really
Good.
wonder what that was.
It was voice meter, I think. There was some weird incompatibility with the sampling rate. But I finally caved and got a Stream Deck, so I've got it running through there
Good
now.
job.
Yes.
I'm so happy that the snakes are happy with the Brickens.
Yeah.
Did you say hoppy?
Pop,
Yes.
pop, puppies. Oh, real quick. Has there been any loot this session so far?
The Sir Tolliver had offered us his sword. It was a +1 dagger, and I accepted it since the only other weapon I had was a crowbar. Have we seen any Scrabble tiles in our encounters?
Maybe on the heads of the crocodiles?
I'm not going to mess with those crocs. Okay, what do we want to do now?
Well, you are on the outskirts of Downfall. So I think this is probably a good place to end.
What was his name again? Olivar?
Tollivar. He was the one in the cage that we
Yes.
rescued.
Yeah.
The bird.
It wasn't a bird.
Like a fairy
It's a
dragon.
dragon.
That is a fairy dragon.
Fairy dragon? Yeah, something winged.
Okay.
Little bitty
Can you
purple
spell
dragon.
that by chance? Can you spell that by chance? I want to be
Talavar.
EALA.
T as in Tom.
Oh, EAL. Okay.
Yeah, and Downfall sits on a murky lake. So you will most likely have to boat in or wade in.
Oh, are we still using the tub?
No.
Well, we left it docked at the inn, and everything was dry when we left. So I think we just left it there.
Oh, we're just walking now. Okay.
We left our tub at the marina at the inn.
Right.
I'm gonna miss the old gal.
Well, that's probably the best place to stay. So we'll probably, if we're in the area, we'll probably visit them again.
Seek it out again.
Continually moves is why you can't really stay there per se.
Well, I don't hear a bunch of background noise.
That's most likely probably because of the Discord and like the settings I can have.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Bonus.
So like while I'm talking, it's the music isn't, I guess, catching as bad.
It is much the music is much better. I don't hear it. Yep, you have a little distortion, but nothing like the background noise you used to have.
Oh, thank the heavens.
Yes.
Yeah, good to be in Discord working. But yeah, so for tonight, For the Sword of Dreams, you get 1 XP, or actually, let's give that 2 XP.
Oh, the Sword of Dream. Wait, the Sword of Dreams is Talavar's dagger. The dagger.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Oliver
I
Sword,
gotta write
yes.
that down. Okay. Sword of Dream.
And then 1 XP for the key B19.
So how much XP should I have now?
3.
3?
Yeah, everybody gets 3 for this session.
Even you, Will.
Yep. Shut up at the right time.
Even though you didn't even
Wrong
join
time,
us.
right time.
Yeah, joined at the right time.
Jeez.
I feel really bad about that. I got
Didn't even say anything.
I
He did.
messaged in the thing. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be really late." I passed out and I was getting ready, and I got here, and then my brain just shut off. And I was like, and then I'm like, "Oh wait, I have to join." And I was like,
Oh, with 3 XP, I have 10.
Nice.
"Huzzah!"
So what
I think
happens?
I have
Move
10
up
as
a
well,
level.
actually. I think I got 1 from last week as well. Unless, did you already put the 1 on here from last week?
I did put the 1 on from last week.
Oh, and then I'm at 9 then.
Well, I had 7 when I started this game, and I added 3, so I have 10. So what happens? Huh? Do I level up?
You do. You level up.
So what happens?
So you
What do I
reset
do?
your XP to 0. And now you
Okay,
need
back.
20 XP to go to the next level.
XP is 0. Space, come on, delete. 0 and 20. Okay, XP 0 out of 20. Okay. I
You
got
roll your hit die and add it to your maximum
my
HP.
and hit die is my hit points is 8. Where do I find my hit die?
Should be on there. Let's see.
Inventory, talents, background. So
I think it's a D6. Nope, D4. You're a thief, right?
yeah, thief.
Damn, how'd you end up with 8 hit points?
I don't know. That was what it was when I came when I
Probably because
and so that
plus
would be
1
11 hit
con
points
and,
now.
yes, 11 hit points. Because you
Okay,
do not
and
add your con bonus after level 1.
Yeah, I've got a +1 to my Constitution bonus, so that's probably okay. Anything else I do?
That's it.
Okay.
Easy. Easy peasy. And then every odd level you get a talent roll.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So so next week look good. Blah, 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 blah. Next week look good for everybody.
Yeah, it should be good for me.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I have anything coming up.
Let's see. As long as I don't have any wife aggro.
Yeah, you got to keep your wife happy. That's important.
Okay, so we need to get your party to have a tank somewhere, like just like pull the aggro here and there.
Are you willing to do that?
Like what are her hobbies? Maybe we share some.
Will can't make it
Hobbies.
tonight. He's board gaming with Tom's wife.
Board gaming with my wife. That's a good one. That's probably why she doesn't aggro, because she has she's been doing the board games a lot more.
Like honestly,
Yeah.
I've been too. Like for Thanksgiving, I went to like a whole friend gathering. We ate together. We basically kind of like a mini potluck bit. And we played a whole bunch of board games. It was really fun learning
Nice.
learning some new ones.
Oh,
Yeah, my
Yeah, I went
son's
to a
just
friend
getting into
gathering
board
for
games.
Thanksgiving.
It's making me play fucking Sorry with him every day.
sorry you have to play that.
Fucking, it's this big too. It's like a fucking tiny version, so I bought him a real version for Christmas.
A real version,
Yeah, like a fucking full-size one.
right?
So I don't have to fucking
buy
try
him
and
some
shuffle
real
tiny
games.
cards. I got him Settlers of Catan for kids.
Oh,
'Cause-
my daughter
Because it's
loves
2-player.
Catan is so popular, and I don't remember if I played it or not. It just like it. Like,
The OG. It was
yeah, it is.
like the thing that started it. Started the Eurogame boom.
Oh.
Oh, my younger daughter and her boyfriend love Settlers of Catan. And when I play it,
Awesome.
I know I'm going to lose, but I just enjoy watching their interaction, and they're getting really competitive with each other. And it's just, I don't have to worry about winning. I don't care about it. Just watching them compete. It's hysterical.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll get addicted to
I've never played
Junior.
Settlers.
What? Really?
I've played so many Euro games, but never Settlers.
Yeah, Settlers is pretty fun.
If I have played it, it was probably only once. I think. Okay. I think I know how to play.
Yeah, and then one of my other sons used to love to play it. So, once Teddy gets used to like the idea of Euro games, I'll fucking slap down Settlers of Catan, bring my son over, and then start fucking breaking him into real games. Fucking can't hang with Parker Brothers.
My kids also loved Apples to Apples.
Oh, classic!
Yeah, it's an okay game. I played it too much though.
I could see how too much could kind of wear you out on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was when I worked at a board game store. It was one of those games that was like easy to carry around in your pocket and demo. So I played a lot of it.
Yeah, I could see that. Of course, you could always, if you got grown-ups, you could do the Cards Against Humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a fan of it.
Yeah, I don't like party games really. I like Euro games and war games. Like moving
I like
around.
games that have politics. I do like games that have politics. Some mind games are fun.
Yeah, haven't had the opportunity to play many of the Euro games at all. So. Okay.
What are Euro games?
Yeah, actually, yeah. What is the definition of a Euro game? Like, what makes a Euro game a Euro game?
Well, traditionally, it would be anything that's not Monopoly or Milton Bradley.
Yeah, exactly. Something not made by Hasbro.
Normally something that's got like strategy, has worker placement styles to it, has for complicated rule book.
It doesn't have to have a complicated
takes hours
rule
to
book.
6 hours.
It doesn't have to. I'm just saying, like a traditional, like when you think of a Euro game, it's like a heavy board game, like with lots of rules. I mean, think like D&D, but a board game, right?
That makes more sense.
Wow.
Let's see. It's a class of tabletop games that generally has indirect player interaction and multiple ways to score points.
Somebody else is on Wikipedia.
Euro
Point
games
salad.
are sometimes contrasted with American-style board games, which generally involve more luck, conflict, and drama. They're usually less abstract than chess or Go, but more abstract than war games. Likewise, they generally require more thought and planning than party games such as Pictionary or Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Actually, Rich, since I got you, have you ever heard of like a game that's like D&D or just like a battle kind of game, but instead of using dice, you use a deck of cards, like a classic deck of cards.
Savage Worlds.
Savage World.
Savage Worlds, I think, uses cards. If not, I know Savage Worlds Deadlands does.
Okay. Basically asking
yeah,
because
there's a bunch of them.
mine. Yeah.
okay, guys. Good night.
All right, have a good one, Tom.
Okay. Basically asking because a friend of mine is trying to make a game like that, and I kind of just wanted to like get an idea of like, oh, okay, I want to make sure that if he's making a game like that, like not basically like, oh, he finishes the game and then everyone goes, hey, this is exactly like such and such. I want to make sure.
Well, there's nothing new under the sun, so good luck with that one.
Sure. I'll have to look at these games. So
I mean, there's tons of games that have card mechanics. Like itch.io would probably be the best place to look for them. But doing itch.io.
Oh, itch.io. Okay.
Let's see. RPG. Yeah, here's a there's a Reddit post from 2 years ago that's pretty dense. Looks like a list of about 100.
I'll have to look through this. It's like I support the idea and I loved like how he was like pitching it, so I wanted to be supportive.
Right.
There's a few other people that have made games that I help out, or at least like help with play testing and stuff like that. It's real fun. Like I started doing that because I go to guild house and like meet people and stuff like that, and eventually go to meet up with them at conventions.
Good night.
Oh, night. Oh, dang. Okay. Thanks again, Rich. And hope you had fun night.
Yeah. Sorry you couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Or made it late.
I think like what's it called? Thanksgiving's kind of like taking a lot out of me.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, so much food, and it's getting to me. I'm not being diabetic. It's not friendly to me. Yeah. Also, did I let you know that I've been like actually progressing with my what's the word? My campaign on Thursdays.
No, what are you running?
The one that I've like talked to you about with ideas and like for like
Oh, the
the last few
Ravenloft?
years now. Yeah, the Ravenloft game,
Nice.
and it's
How's that going?
rough. It's pretty rough.
Oh, yeah?
Mainly just because of player availability.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I get 3 people, I'm lucky. And
Yep.
it's like,
It's fucking hard. It's hard to get a group going.
yeah, and it's like before it was a lot easier, but then stuff happened over the last couple of
Pre-COVID.
years. Actually, like during COVID, it was fine, but it was like
Yeah.
just kind of like a falling out, and it was people moved away. I started it right as things were about to hit the fan, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh dang it. I technically have another group that like this is like gonna be this is my playtest group essentially because I want to run this a few times, hopefully
Mhm.
see how it feels. And at first, it's basically okay, this is the tutorial area. This is the opening area that like there's a few quests you can go on before moving on to the expansive kind of like sort of like think of Tomb Annihilation. Like everyone starts in the main city and then like kind of either gets their feet wet, gets some gold and like figure things out before heading out into the open wilds to
Mhm.
find little alcoves and places and quests and queries before getting to the final place. But the difference being one, a whole bunch of Domain of Dread related content, as well as a few more like pit stops in the way. Like they're actually towns, but or cities or villages, stuff like that to drop by and between vast openness or forests. And I've tried to keep like character like NPC interactions interesting. I try. Uh, and I feel like I'm doing a good job on that part. Like that's like the thing that people talk about the most. But then I hope I'm not. I think like I feel like I might be too railroady at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then I think I act that way at the moment because it's hard to get them to do stuff unless I put it right in front of them.
Well, have they said that?
No, that's kind of,
You need to ask them then.
yeah. That's probably
Because
something I need to
how
ask.
you feel, like, I don't know
No,
how
you're
this
right.
works in
You're
your
right.
head, but how you feel as a DM isn't, how I feel as a DM isn't often accurate to the way other people feel as me,
Yeah,
a DM,
I think yeah, I think the way
towards me as a DM.
I think the reason I came to that conclusion is because like whenever I ask them, what do you want to do? I usually get a very long pause. Like there's no discussion between them.
That means they don't know what to do, right?
Yeah.
Maybe try instead of asking. So first of all, are you giving them things to do?
Oh yeah, I usually give them like a whole like at least 3 options. I usually try and give them 3
Okay.
options. That's something I learned.
So you might
doing
want to
this
start
over
with
the years.
that. You might want to say, okay, so these are the 3 options that you found. Option
Yes.
A, option B, option C. And there's always like, I mean, when I do this, I always say, and there's always option D, which is do whatever the hell you want. Something that I haven't thought of that you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to include that one or not. But you say, okay, these are the 3 things that you've been given. Right. These are your three quests, right?
Yeah.
Which of them interests you? And if no one starts talking, then pick on someone. Just say, well, what do you want? Which one of these sounds good to you? What do you want to do?
So right now, they're in the middle of a forest. They've finally kind of like exited the like tutorial area, air quotes, and are kind of growing a little like, how do you call it, like a wagon trail kind of dealio. Like they picked up another party that's kind of been stranded and lost, and it's slowly growing a little group of NPCs that are following them. And I essentially gave them just like a quirky kind of transportable home base. It's just a huge wagon that's very mechanical and goofy. And I essentially gave them two options at the moment, whereas like there's two towns, well, a town and a village. The people that they picked up are trying to get to a little village to, as in that's like kind of like their waypoint before going to another place, but their destination is with the person that has the party wagon, like the main wagon that they're using. Like he wants to go to this town. So like that's basically their decision at the moment, and kind of left it up from there as they kind of joined with this group of NPCs. And I've also included two mechanics that I've one kind of taking a little bit from you, where the like at the very beginning of sessions where like you ask a personal question or something like that to get the characters into the character. I basically flavored it like they're sitting around a campfire and talking about it at like a kind of in medias res, kind of like end of day kind of deal. It's like them kind of trying to get to know each other, and if they do contribute, then they get inspiration for the day. It goes away after the session.
Yeah, there's Mike Shea does that, I think it's Mike Shea. But he has like a campfire thing. Yeah. And he'll say, okay, who wants to participate in this campfire thing? And then like two people will participate and get inspiration or XP. I don't remember what he does. But they'll like share something about their character. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then the second is basically a.
Are you making up the questions?
Questions?
Or are you telling them to make stuff up? Like, are you giving them a question?
I basically impose the question like, hey, what does your character feel about this? Or like, how to. I actually basically used the last one that you used. When's the last time that you felt like a hero? Or when's the first time that you felt like a hero? I used that one for the first one. But from now, I'm probably going to be using like kind of like what do you use?
I'm putting some in chat right now.
Okay. Thank you. That's nice. Thank you. Okay, I need to put that in. Steal this idea. The warm-up question. Okay. Thanks again. And so the Haven mechanic that I've basically implemented is that when they are trying to take a long rest, they need three things. They need safety, food and water, and shelter. If they're missing any one of those things, whenever they try and take a long rest, it only acts as a short rest, minus still benefiting from from removing a level of exhaustion. Also, on top of that, I stretched out exhaustion. Instead of taking 6 levels to die, it's 10 levels.
I would just use the one they did for the 2024 version.
Oh, they have a new one with 1 D&D?
Yeah, they it's just -1 per level.
Like -1 to like all checks, all attacks, like
-1 to everything.
okay.
So -1 isn't too bad. -2 is kind of pushing it depending on what level you are, but it just gets worse the more you go up. And that's not quite as bad as disadvantage.
I might, yeah, I'll think about that one. Okay, thank you. But it basically makes overworld travel in itself a dungeon in my mind,
Yeah.
and that's kind of how I tried to. How do I put
No, I
it?
like that a lot.
I tried to describe that to the players, but I guess like at first it didn't, like the communication didn't mesh well. So like I kind of put a like, okay, I'm gonna give them like a warm up area first. Like, okay, hey, we got this. I'm not gonna rush you into it, but like, hey, it's gonna be coming, and it's not gonna be scary as much as you think it is. Don't worry. But when we do have sessions, it's usually okay. It's just getting the session started that's the problem. I have been adding more people. I've been trying to, at least, like people from the guild house. I made my own server to like add people and make it easier on me. And I like adding ambiance like with music and stuff like that in the background. So like
Yeah, so you got people playing from Guildhouse with you?
yeah, I invited one person already, and then I'm hoping like next week I'll have another.
Nice.
And basically, I don't, I've also thought of a mechanic. Well, like not really a mechanic, but more like a quirk of this plane, this domain of dread. That it's kind of like just a weird idea of thinking about it. Like the party is cursed to not be affected by any other curse because they're already cursed. So they'll like pick up like some cursed items here and there, and it's like, hey, nothing happens. Like this curse doesn't affect you or something like that. And I'm like, cool. And that they just kind of load up on cursed items, and at the very end, if they turn on the like, if they turn on the BBG, like, because right now they're amicable with them. They met the BBG, and it's kind of like, hey, are they the reason we're here? Kind of deal. And it's like, so if they kind of upset them, like, hey, remember all those cursed items that you have? They're back on now. So depending on like it's just a interesting idea, kind of because I heard about it in just videos here and there. It's like, that's a fun idea. Well, maybe to me, maybe it's a fun idea to me. Like, it's like, to make sure, like, would this be fun to the party? Like, I don't know. It should be funny. I also don't want to upset them too bad. It's like I'm just kind of like thinking about it. It's kind of like in the back of my head.
I made a new channel and I'm moving all these.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there was a lot of them. Thank you. Would you say though is there anything that like for overworld travel to avoid, like things that you don't think are fun?
I mean, I would make your system transparent, like with what we're doing with this kind of like mini hex crawl in Hither. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll for a random encounter every hex you go through. Every hex is going to take 2 hours to go through. That's kind of the rules of this hex crawl. So I would definitely like make that transparent to them so they know what's going on. And you can even tell them, okay, so this is how it's going to work. You're going to go into a hex, we're going to roll for an encounter. These are, you can even tell them, you can even show them the encounter list, You talk to people and this is what you're going to encounter in the woods. So they even know, and then like explain to them time and travel and how that's going to work. And like this whole thing's a swamp, so it's just kind of flat. There's 2 hours of hex. But if there were like roads and maybe different terrain, then it might be different.
Right.
So you'd have to figure that out, and again, be transparent with it. You guys are traveling with this cart, so you're going to have to travel on roads. You're not going to be able to make your own roads. And yeah, I think that's the big thing. Like, define your system and then be transparent with your system. Like, are you doing a hex crawl or are you doing a point crawl?
Point crawl?
Yeah.
Explain point crawl.
Instead of moving from hex to hex, you'd move from point to point. So,
it's essentially
like,
that.
Like on this hither map, a point crawl would be, Downfall would be a point, Brigand's Tollway would be a point, the Tower would be a point, and Telemy Hill would be a point. Yeah. And then you just have paths that go in between there. And then each path would take a certain amount of time to move between there.
Oh, sort of like the other game we were playing.
Yes, that's a point crawl. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, yeah, it's kind of like a point crawl at the moment. Because I don't have a defined map. I wanted to work on a map earlier. It just haven't given myself the time to do that. Probably should just like force myself to do that. Because like I have a map in mind, it's just putting it on paper. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess like
you can use something like on the internet. Right. What the hell's that one called? God damn. Incarnate. All right, there's a bunch of links for you to fucking go through.
Thank you. Yeah, there's the bunch of stuff to sink my teeth into. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rich.
Yeah, no problem.
And like, it's still really funny. At the very beginning, when I first started doing the like, I think I remember you bringing up doing like one shots to like, hey, who are the people that are gonna be regulars or not? I started doing that. At the very beginning, it was mostly barbarians or like melee fighters.
Yeah.
And then we kind of like everyone started picking like different things down the down the line, and then everyone reverted back to melee fighters.
Funny.
I was like, so they're all meatheads, essentially, so they're all just bumbling through stuff. And then they have one caster right now. wand caster, the cleric. That's it. It shows everything else. Barbarian, monk, rogue, fighter. It's like, okay. And I just let it happen. It's like, okay, this.
Yeah, 5e is really class agnostic. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what group of players you have or what
Yeah.
group of classes you
And
have. It all works.
Yeah. I try to make sure that it does work that way. I know that having a party of just all marshals, it happens, but like, I wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
um. So like I put basically a whole bunch of kind of physical challenges in their way as the moment.
Nice.
Like when they're meeting with the BBG, essentially, he 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 put one of the players through kind of like an obstacle course, and he kind of just had to, hey, go through this, win a fabulous prize. If you don't, you die. Congratulations. And basically, he was just jumping through hoops, literally, swimming in a pool of sharks, and jumping over chasms, spikes. Like, okay, he could do that. But I feel like if I had a spellcaster person kind of jump in, like, hey, I want to take the challenge, probably would have changed it up.
Yeah.
I feel my what's it called my improv is getting better. I'm glad about that.
Yeah, that's just a muscle you have to train.
Yeah. Like making characters interesting or at least quirky, right off the bat. I'm I'm pretty decent at it right now. I think I've covered the things that have kind of been on the back of my mind, though. And
Mhm.
again, thank you for sticking with me for a little bit.
Yeah.
And hope things are doing good with Witchlight. I'm glad to play this again. And hopefully get to the end of it. Anyways, gonna call it a night. Hope you sleep tight.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Peace out. Later.
Bye.